Hey fuckers, Young Oorah here. I hope y'all having a great morning today. So today I'm gonna be talking about Black Friday, okay? This is something that a lot of people want to know about, and I'm gonna tell it from my personal experience, from my point of view, from what I've seen, compared to what the YouTube videos that most of you guys have seen on YouTube. So I'm gonna be telling it from my point of view in basically my story. So here we go. So after receiving week, which is going to be the Monday through Thursday, it's going to be your receiving week, which is where you get your shots and everything, and I'll get into more of those stories later on into my other videos. But after you're done with all that and you hit Friday, this is the day where you receive your drill instructors, and your receiving drill instructors passes or splits you up into different platoons and passes you on into your drill instructors. So from the receiving barracks, you're gonna grab all your stuff, like your war bag, your camis, your sea bag, and you're gonna march or round step or freaking speed walk to your new barracks. And for my case, I was Alpha Company, so I went from receiving barracks and walked all the way to Alpha Company. And once you get into the barracks, you set up your racks and you start putting on the sheet covers and start aligning your foot lockers. Okay, this is all going to be from a receiving drill instructor, okay? And once you're done with that, you're going to sit down in front of the duty hut, which is a door, which is where your drill instructors, your actual drill instructors, are going to be staying at with you the whole period of time when you're in boot camp. They're going to sit you down, crisscross applesauce, back straight, eyes forward, and you're going to tell you to wait for your drill instructors. And once you sit down, after you wait for a couple minutes, your series commander is going to come out. Obviously, from what you've seen in the YouTube videos, just come out, make a great speech, and swear in your drill instructors to make you United States Marines. And then your drill instructor is going to give you that motivational speech that you've probably all seen on YouTube about how they're not going to give up on you into making you guys Marines. So this is where the meat and potatoes are at. Okay, so after they're done making the speech, they're going to rush you guys back up, shake your legs and start running towards your foot lockers and your racks. From what I've experienced, I was actually pretty happy that this was happening, because I was like, yes, finally I've came here to do what I've signed up for. This is what I've been asking. I've been stuck in those stupid, medical area for like a whole week. It's so boring, and it's just, I was just sitting around my thumb up my ass. I was like, what's the fucking point of being here if I'm just gonna do this? When am I gonna start training? I will see other recruits that are already in like first phase or third phase, and their drill movements will be on point, and here we are looking like freaking trash. So I was like, hell yeah, shit's about to get real, Everybody's signing off, everybody's getting motivated, all our shit's getting dumped out and thrown across the squad bay. And we're losing our shit. We're stamping our shit. Drill instructors yelling at everybody. They're sweating their balls off. Like they're sweating through their Charlies. You can see it right. They look like they just got out of a shower, literally, and they're screaming their lungs out. So I was pretty nervous, but at the same time I was pretty pumped up. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this part in previous videos. As we were carrying our stuff to the barracks, I had a bottle of Tide, I think it was, I'm not sure how a quarter of Tide detergent for my clothes. And when they were like throwing the shit around, they ended up throwing my war bag, and the freaking Tide was in my war bag, and it popped and it exploded everywhere in my war bag. I got on my Bible, it got on my mouthpiece, it got on everything, all my hygiene gear. So every time I went to McMap, my mouthpiece would take that detergent, and it would be so hard to spit it out, because you wouldn't be allowed to spit during PT. They catch you, they tell you to pick up the spit and put it in your pocket. Okay, that's just one of the funny things they tell you to do. So that happened to me during Black Friday. Okay, they're still running around, and this is when they kind of start, highlighting the people who are kind of slow, who are kind of, not fit for the Marines, or for recruit training, I guess, who are a little bit, who need a little bit more attention. And this is where they test you in a way. I think this is the whole point of Black Friday, is get you disoriented and get you used to the drill instructors and knowing who's boss, but it's also to scout out who needs more attention and who's not. Because if you can't keep up with the platoon and the stuff that they're telling you, when they're counting down, you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You're gonna be the slowest one. Everybody's gonna be done with the task, and you're still there trying to do it and stuff like that. And you're gonna be behind, and you are not allowed to move once they say freeze or 0. Okay, you're not allowed to move. So you're gonna be even more behind now because you can't finish up your task. So after all the yelling stopped, actually I never stopped actually. After all the yelling during Black Friday, them running around, this is when we started like, you know, settling down. As the day progressed, everybody's still getting chewed out and screamed at. However, I thought for some reason when I was in boot camp, I thought Black Friday was just Black Friday, you know, like, but the rest of boot camp was gonna be more chill. I was completely wrong. After that, I got really sick of it. I was like, are you guys like done yelling at us like that? You know, are you guys gonna be done, you know, treating us this way? Can you guys just explain the things you want us to do? However, boot camp's boot camp. You know, you can't be sensitive. Don't be a little bitch. So Black Friday continued on. Oh, dude, why is it so fucking hot? So that's Black Friday for me. I feel like it might be a little bit softer nowadays because of all the political shit's going on, but the Marines are the Marines, and hopefully they'll still keep up the traditions. So if you guys liked the video, thumbs up. If you guys didn't, thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. Stay sharp, be safe, and remember, plenty of kills. Thanks for watching. Oorah.